So here, last time I was here it was evening time. I just wanted to come in the daylight hours and show you this beautiful sunshine here in the Okanagan Valley. These are the dolphins, which were made by a Kelowna artist, and dolphins have absolutely nothing to do with Kelowna because dolphins don't even exist here. But some artists thought this was the artistic impression of Kelowna, but the sales were much more that. But this is a huge fountain. It's not working right now because it's winter. Last time I was here it was working when I first got back. But as you can see, it's not working right now. Let's walk around. This is the Grand Hotel in the Okanagan. It's a big hotel. All these skyscrapers here are part of the Grand. This is the Grand. Some of these are private though. I think some of them are condos now. I see people go in here and swim in these channels. The Grand Hotel, everyone. I have a brother-in-law that was my nephew's father who owns a stake in this, so some of this money actually goes to my nephew from his dad. They own this hotel. He was a manager and then he bought in this hotel. See how big it is? It's not me that owns it. I'm not rich from it, but he does. The Grand Hotel. Let's go have a look. Last time I was down here, it was like 12 o'clock at night when I first got back, my first night, and I put the first film in my old channel from Kelowna when I was in Alberta, when the RCMP told me I had to leave because they were going to murder me over Kathy leaving and all the money and everything. It's funny what people will do for money. So this is the Grand. Isn't it a gorgeous hotel? It was actually, part of it was owned by the Big Red Machine at one point. I'm not sure if they still do. There's the little dolphins. But people bring boats in these channels and they swim in these channels in the summer. Fish come in sometimes. Let's go around. There's a lot of First Nations art, different art here. Here's the boards. Last time I was here, it was really late at night, so I'm going to show you during the daylight hours this little area here. What I did is I actually took a bus down here today from where I was. This is like right downtown on the waterfront from Okanagan Lake, the Grand Hotel. Visitors that want to come and hang out with me can book a room here at any time. There's a few hotels, but the Grand is one of the more popular ones for the rich. I don't mind rich friends. I got to get back to work and start making money. I can't allow myself to be poor any longer. I mean, the relationship with Kathy has been over for a year and a half, and I've got to get a place where I can start working and start making money. I employ myself most of the time. Look at these wonderful channels, and they fill with fish that come from the lake when the channel doors are opened. People are moving boats in and out. There's the hotel. This is also part of the Grand Hotel over here. This area here. Let's move along. People are coming. What a beautiful lake, eh? See the snow up there? Last time I was here, it was summer. So, this area here. Last time we took the boardwalk. I think this time we're going to take the middle, but I got to use the washroom first. So I'm going to need to aim this up. Cheech and Chong, eh? Oh my god, I had to pee. Some guy into the blues, eh? See, all this is in the middle. Last time I took you on the boardwalk side, it was nighttime. This is daytime, so I wanted to show you the stage. This is where sometimes in the summer they have little concerts, and it's quite neat. I don't know how much this infrastructure will be saved when they 51st state this place, but it's pretty nice. You know, how much won't be destroyed if they decide they have to come in and take Canada by force to do the 51st state. I know they're talking about doing economic force now. If they don't succeed into America, they're going to make them broke until they do. See this big stage here? And people, the stage is pretty neat. So quite a few people, they sit on this stage during the day. Let's have a look. It's pretty big. I love music and the arts, so for me this is like one of my favorite places in the summer when I'm here, is when I can listen to live bands and see plays and things like anybody else. Pretty big staging area, eh? And over there people sit on the rims. Notice how they're in a circular fashion, so it's kind of like an amphitheater from the Romans. That's what it is. It's an amphitheater, but it's a modern one. Sometimes you get people who have weddings here too, and the weddings are quite nice. Look at that big beautiful sun over there. But I wanted to show you this area. This is a little thing here where people actually when they get married, they go up here and they say their vows a lot of times. I'm not sure if I lease one in the city or you can just do it. But a lot of people, when they get married, this is what they do. You know, this is what I wanted to do if I married Leona, but I guess Leona didn't want to marry me in the end. All her promises of she'll never leave me and she's going to love me forever and all this stuff to see my dick. And in the end, the other guy had more money. So it really broke my heart. It hurt me very much. I mean, I feel sexually used. Beautiful flowers, eh? You see, this is this right here is often where couples come, and right about here, they get their pictures taken when they get married, and get hitched. Sometimes they just get married right here. It's very common for people to get married in this gazebo. Look at this, and there's Okanagan Bridge on a Saturday afternoon. I'm gonna go home in a bit, but I wanted to take you down here and show you how the water shines off the water in my city. The sun shines off the water in my city. It's just beautiful. It's happy to be home. I love my land, but I don't really like people so much. Hi there. Try not to get people in my film because people get upset. Wonderful, eh? Close to Christmas. Not that I'll have anything. I'll probably just have, I think there's a dinner at the CMHA that I might go to for my PTSD that I signed up for. But that'll be my Christmas, most likely. No one will care for me in the end. This is my auntie. My auntie might care for me and send me a card. I should actually, as soon as I get paid here from my taxes, I better send my auntie her card. Maybe a little gift inside. I should buy a nice tea and send it to her. She likes tea. Maybe a really nice like lemon tea or something. That'll be nice. She'll have a nice tea on Christmas. She's mostly vegetarian like me. I eat meat sometimes when I have to because it's just so expensive. I don't have a blender and stuff to cook. Here's a duck. That's a male. Hi, buddy. Hi, bud. How you doing? You gonna say hi? Hello, baby. You're so sweet. Oh, thank you for saying hi. Say hi to everyone. I wish I didn't have to feel hatred all the time in my heart after everything I've been through. You know, I wish I could be soft again like a young man and not feel all the things I had to go through. But unfortunately, I do. This is just for the boardwalk hooks on. Let's go over here. See the bridge? That's actually a first-rate bridge that flexes from the weight of the cars, so the deck always cracks and they're always having to fill it. But that's from a famous designer of bridges, and I think it was like 42 million bucks or something like that, or maybe even more. But to build that bridge back in 1993, try not to drop my phone. You notice how the sky is different here from Alberta. It's not as flat, it's more full because of the mountains making the clouds push up. Here we are coming up to the boat, the yacht club of Kelowna. There's a little plane. That's what my dad used to fly, those type of planes. Remember I was telling the owner when she started taking planes, oh, are you learning your altimeter, dear? You learn to keep your wings straight. I just wish, that would have worked out, but fuck, what do you do? Someone doesn't love you, there's nothing you can do about it. Someone just wants to use you for money and sex. Thanks. I really wanted a wife. That's what I wanted. It's so hard to find a wife. You know how hard it is to find a good wife? Like, most of these women are struck out by crack and meth and PCP and cocaine and heroin, and you see them at bus loops smoking it. Yeah. See how wide it is? It's a big walkway all along the waterfront here. Waterfront. See all the skyscrapers? These are all new. Before you couldn't go over so many floors because there was a restriction because they would fall over, or because it's very wet soil underneath. The water is actually quite shallow where the water is underneath. So they pounded the earth and pounded it in sand. But the problem is they still flood. I have friends that live in these towers, and in the lower ones, the basements and shit always flood every year. So it was no point doing it other than the upper floors are the good ones to live in. Sometimes the flooding can be so bad in here in the spring that they have to sandbag this whole area. Let's look back. Look how far we've come. So it's going to be a day when they 51st date this place. All these people are sure gonna get a wake-up call. Most of these people are leftists in BC, but they've always been leftists, so it's no big deal. Very beautiful place. I enjoy the boat launch, people. This is my hometown. I grew up here since I was about 7 or 8 years old. When my mother died when I was 6, so I was about 7 when I moved here, and I've been here till I'm 50. So I've been here a long time. This is pretty much my hometown. There's a local courthouse that belongs to the Crown, which is me. I'm just always in trouble with it, trying not to be. Take you along the waterfront here. Beautiful sunrise, eh? You can see most of these are gated off in the evening times. Sometimes in the daytimes too. You might have to have a pass now or something to get into the yachts here. A key. Looks like a key. Sometimes they're electronic keys, but it just looks like a regular key. Oh no, that is electronic. Cute little dogs. There's many cultures here, many races. It used to just be mostly white people at one time, but there's a huge Pakistani community here, as well as East Indian. Enjoy the view. Let's have a look at the yacht club more. Go back. Panoramic view. There's the Delta Grand. See? So many clashes of cultures here. There's Muslims, there's Jews, there's all sorts of people living here, and everyone wants to take over pretty much. Look, ice skating is open. Can't film it though, there's little people, so yeah, so pretty rich city. See, we'll quickly scan that. Pretty rich city, but I don't think it really cares for me. I'm just some inconvenience, I think. It's my city though. I own it. They'd only sign it over to me, the Crown, eh? And all this would be mine. I could just lease it out if I could make money. But most likely my family and Donald Trump are going to come and just take it under our 51st state. And then they'll just keep it and I won't get nothing, but they will no longer torture me or beat me or tell me who I can date, who I can and can't be with. I mean, sometimes they would save me from like Kathy or some other girlfriend who's going to kill me, but I just don't feel like they love me anymore. Salut. So anyway, I have to stop filming now. There's kids